When their warship intercepted the human cargo vessel Prosperity near the Epsilon trade routes, they expected easy prey. What they found was Rebecca Chen, a civilian engineer traveling to the outer colonies with nothing but her toolkit and an unshakable optimism about improvisation. Admiral Krethzar watched through the observation window as his soldiers dragged the human into the detention cell. She was small, fragile-looking, utterly unremarkable by Krell standards. Perfect leverage for extracting Earth's defensive coordinates. "You will tell us the location of your military installations," Krethzar demanded through the translator. Rebecca looked around the cell, her eyes lingering on the flickering light panel overhead, the malfunctioning environmental controls, and the door mechanism that sparked intermittently. "Your wiring is all wrong," she said absently. "That's a fire hazard." Krethzar's crest flared with irritation. "You will answer our questions, or suffer the consequences." Sure, Rebecca muttered, still examining the faulty systems. "But seriously, who designed this ship? Your power distribution is inefficient, your cooling system is fighting your heating system, and I'm pretty sure your gravity plating is about to fail in section, let me guess, 7? An alarm blared. Emergency lights activated in section 7. The Admiral's expression shifted from confident to concerned. "How did you?" "Basic engineering," Rebecca shrugged. "Look, I don't know anything about military stuff. I fix broken things. And honestly, your whole ship is basically held together with hope and prayer." Over the following days, Krethzar attempted various interrogation techniques. Each session ended with Rebecca pointing out critical system failures, design flaws, or impending malfunctions. At first, he dismissed her observations as deflection tactics. Then the main reactor began overheating. "She warned us about this 3 days ago," Chief Engineer Vexenal reported, his mandibles clicking nervously. "She said the coolant flow was reversed in the secondary manifolds." Krethzar found Rebecca in her cell, sketching diagrams on the wall with a piece of burnt wiring. "Fix it," he commanded. "Why should I?" Rebecca didn't look up from her work. "Because if the reactor fails, everyone on this ship dies. Including you." Rebecca considered this, then stood. "Fine. But I'm going to need my tools, full access to your engineering bay, and somebody who actually understands what I'm saying when I use words like thermodynamics." 6 hours later, the reactor hummed smoothly for the first time in months. Rebecca had reorganized the entire coolant system, optimized the power flow, and fixed 17 other problems the Krell engineers didn't know existed. Word spread through the fleet. The human prisoner wasn't just competent, she was miraculous. Ships began developing sudden, urgent malfunctions. Captains made excuses to dock at the flagship. Engineers appeared with increasingly elaborate technical problems that somehow only the human could solve. Rebecca, for her part, couldn't resist a broken system. Within 2 months, she had optimized 40% of the Krell fleet. Fuel efficiency increased by 30%. Weapon systems achieved targeting accuracy they'd never managed before. Life support systems stopped randomly failing. The Krell fleet had never operated better. Admiral Krethzar realized the problem during a routine inspection. His flagship's chief engineer was showing Rebecca something on a datapad, and she was laughing, actually laughing, while explaining a better solution. His crew wasn't guarding her anymore. They were learning from her. "Admiral," his second officer reported nervously, "we've received a transmission from Krell High Command. They're demanding to know why our fleet has ceased all military operations for the past month." Krethzar looked at his tactical display. Every ship in his fleet was operating at peak efficiency, but none of them had fired a weapon or raided a convoy since Rebecca came aboard. Instead, they'd been maintaining systems. Learning. Improving. Rebecca had turned his warships into engineering workshops. "We've been outmaneuvered," he admitted quietly. The next day, Rebecca received an unexpected visitor. Admiral Krethzar entered the engineering bay, no longer a cell, and stood silently as she calibrated a sensor array. "You were never trying to escape," he said finally. "Nope," Rebecca replied cheerfully. "I was making myself indispensable. Earth will pay ransom for you. Earth doesn't negotiate with hostage-takers. But they do hire contractors." She pulled out a datapad displaying a message from Earth's diplomatic corps. "They're offering your entire fleet upgraded engineering systems, training programs, and trade agreements. All you have to do is transport me home, sign a non-aggression pact, and agree to hire human engineers as consultants." Krethzar stared at the terms. They were generous, suspiciously generous. "And if we refuse?" Rebecca gestured around the engineering bay. "Then your fleet stays optimized until something breaks, and good luck finding anyone else who can fix it. I documented everything in technical jargon so complex that your engineers will need decades to understand it." She smiled sweetly. "So really, you have two choices: become Earth's ally, or spend the rest of your military career begging me to fix your ships." 3 months later, the Krell Empire signed the Epsilon Accords. Admiral Krethzar escorted Rebecca home personally, his flagship leading a fleet that now served as Earth's unlikely trading partners. The Krell had tried to capture an engineer. Instead, they'd been captured by the simple human philosophy: if something's broken, fix it. And if fixing it makes you irreplaceable, even better.